Let's jump to the solar panel sizing. Okay, solar panel sizing and the number of panel needed. Because you can't go to the site. They have given you a work. You have got a client and he wants you to wire. If you're a technician, a solar technician or electrician, you can do this work. They have given you a work, okay? A client wants you to install some solar panels and solar wiring together, okay? Now this topic we are basing on solar panels. How to know the number of solar panels you will need, okay, in your system, okay? We want to see the calculation you will do when you get a job like this. A customer has called you, he wants you to do the solar wiring, okay? You need to size for the panel, okay? Before you do anything, you need to size, okay? And after sizing, you will have to know the number of panels you will need in this installation, okay? Now, before you do any solar installation, before you get a client and you do any solar installations, please note this. You need 2 questions to answer. One is, what size of solar system do I need? Okay, as a technician, which size of solar system you will need? Okay, is it in watts or is it in kilowatts? Okay, technicians, you need to know this. Some system you may install it or size it when it is in watts. Watts are meaning 500 watts, 100 watts. Those are panels. A panel ranging 100 watts, 500 watts, 180 watts, okay, 150 watts, 160, 70 watts, 200 watts, 590 watts after sizing. Okay, you need to know, is it in watts? Okay, then is it going to be in kilowatts? Kilowatts, I mean when you are now above 1000. Kilo means 1000. Is it above 1000? Is it 1000 watts? After doing your sizing, as we are going to see, is your system in 1000? Okay, if is less than 1000, then your system is in watts. If it is more than 1000 or it has hit 1000, then your system will be in kilowatts. Okay, after doing your sizing. So this is the first question. What size of solar system do I need as a technician to this customer of mine? Okay, you need to ask this question for you, and we shall see how we tackle this question and how we simplify the technical part in solving this first question. What size of solar system? What you need to know as you, a technician. Is my system going to be in wattage? Or is my system which I'm going to install be in kilowatts? Okay. The next question, ask yourself as a technician, how many solar panels do I need? After getting this question, the solar sizing, as we're going to see, solar panel sizing, then we're going to see also the number of panel needed. How do you determine the number of panel you need in the system? Okay, a client has given you a work. As you're a technician, you need to do the technical calculation. The next question, which is, how many solar panels do I need for this customer? Okay, how this customer, he has given me a work, but how many panels will he need or she? How do you determine the solar panels? Do you just get 100 watt panel, get 5 pieces? No. What comes to your mind? That's why I said you need to be with a book to do the calculation. Don't just jump into a site and just install system. No, it will be, you will not know if it is undersizing or oversizing. And our aim is for a customer to enjoy and reduce the electrical bills. Okay, that is the aim of solar system, to reduce on electrical bills. Though they say it is expensive initially. Initial payments are a bit of expensive. The customer will say that he's spending a lot of money to buy solar panels, regulators, solar battery, and the wiring, plus the appliances, the bulbs, the switches. But after some time, you will see that this solar system, you are using free sun, and you will be cutting off your electrical bills and enjoying life. You will be lighting TVs, radios, phone charging, fridge, all will work on solar system, and you will not pay any bill. With the time, it will pay you back. This is solar system, which is free gift from God. We use solar, whereby we have no free electricity, both in Europe, in Asia, in Africa, in America, Canada, wherever you are, there is no free electricity. The only free electricity we can have is solar. Solar is the only electricity you can have at your place or premises. Without solar, and I even don't know, you construct a house and you miss to put solar system. That thing, doctors will come and ask you, whenever you do an electrical, please, as a client, this message I give it to the clients, please install also solar system so that you cut off electrical bills. All your security lights, you can put it on solar system. The inside the house lights, the TVs, the radio, the phone charging, you can put it on solar system, and you will be free with these electrical bills. Okay, they have a lot of effect on reduction of the electrical bills. Please install solar on your houses, every house, because we have a free sun from God. Why don't you use free sun from God? Okay, now let's go back. After asking yourself these questions, what size of solar system do I need? Will it be in watts or kilowatts? Then the next question will be, how many solar panels will I need for this customer? How many solar panels? How many solar panels? Yes, if the system is in 1000 watts, this is what I've told you, or you can say 1 kW. Okay, it is in kilowatt. If the system is in, you have calculated and is giving you 900 watts, then this is the system which is in watts, not kilowatts. Okay, and after knowing your system, that you're going to use either wattage or kilowatt. Okay, I'm giving you the simplest formula you can use ever. The simplest formula you can use ever. Anyone who is going to install solar system, a technician or customer, some customers are curiosity, have that curiosity to know how many, what should I do with my solar? Okay, panels, technician, electricians. The simplest formula you can use, and it will simplify your work. Use this formula, which I have made for you. Okay, the panels you need, how to calculate the solar panels you need. Okay, the first thing we are going to see is to know how to size. Then after sizing, we are going to see it will give us automatically the number of panels we need, as we are going to see. Okay, now this is the simplest formula to know the number of panels you will need in any installation. In any installation you need to do anywhere. This is the simplest formula to know the number of panels. Okay, you get the daily loads. Okay, daily load. The daily loads I'm talking about are your appliances, television, the fridge, the security lights, the lights inside your house, the phone charging. Okay, those are the loads, the daily loads. And you will have divided by the efficiency. Efficiency, I mean, and solar system, as we are going to see all this formula, how it come up to be this formula. Okay, we're going to learn the daily loads, we're going to learn the efficiency, the PSH, the panel wattage. Now, daily loads, as I've told you, those are the TVs, radios, the DVDs, the security lights, the lights in the house, the fridge, the appliances you use, all the electronic devices you use in the house. Those are the loads, because you get the daily loads divided by the efficiency. As we said, efficiency, all solar panels are not 100% efficient. Okay, they have ratings 70 to 80 and 80 to 99, or 90 to 99. Okay, and this is the efficiency. They are not, solar panels are not 100%, and that's the efficiency we shall see. And times PSH. PSH, I mean the peak sun hour. PSH is the peak sun hour. A lot of regions, which we shall also talk about, we are going to talk about it, don't worry. A lot of regions, let's say in Europe, let's say in France, they have seasons, winter and summer, a lot of seasons. Okay, so winter is large, it takes a lot of months in European countries. Okay, German, France, Italy, where they have that time of winter, and that time of winter there is no sun. Okay, then in Africa, like in Uganda, we have sun full time. We have fun full time. Nigeria, Sudan, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Congo, everywhere, Guinea, everywhere we have sun in Africa. So sun is there for a lot of hours than in European countries, where Europe will have little sun, and in Africa they are too much sun. In Asia they are a bit of moderate. Okay, they have a bit of summer and some little bit too much sun. Okay, now this is the PSH, the peak sun hour. We shall see how we calculate the PSH times the panel wattage. Okay, the panel wattage is, I mean this panel wattage is you decide as a technician. Okay, are you going to use a 100 watt? Okay, this panel wattage. Are you going to use a 100 watt? Are you going to use a 120 watt? Which panel size are you going to use? As you determine. You see, a customer will be having a roof which is too big, okay, to install a lot of panels. Some customers have small roof where you can put your solar panels. Then you determine the surface of the roof. That's why it will give you can any solar panel wattage you need. There is 200, there is 300, there is 150, there is 100, 120, there is 70 watts of solar. You decide one, and this is the panel wattage. As we say, this formula gives you the panel needed, the panel you require for your system. But you cannot find the panel you require. This is the simplest formula. The daily load divided by the efficiency times the PHS, which is the peak sun hour, times the panel wattage. It will give you the panels, the number of panels you will need. Okay, but you can't. We need to first calculate the loads. Then we need to first see what is the efficiency. Okay, then we need to calculate what is the peak hour, the peak sun hour. how many hours does the sun come every day or per day? As I told you, in European countries, sun can come for 2 hours. In Uganda or African countries or Kenya, Tanzania, Nigeria, Sudan, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Guinea, Cameroon, for example, you may see that sun comes from 8 to 5. Okay? Which is, we shall see how to size this. Wherever you are, either in Europe, you can use this formula. In Africa, you use this formula. In Asia, you use this formula. America, Canada, you shall use this formula. It will help us to know the number of panels we need. The daily loads, efficiency, then the peak sun hour, then the panel wattage. It gives us the number of panels we shall need. Now, to know, we don't know what is the efficiency, we don't know the peak sun hour, we don't know the wattage. Okay? We need to drive this into deep. I need to show you the simplest way how I came up with this formula. Okay? To know the number, to know the number of panels needed. Okay? We first have to look at the first question. What size of solar system do I need? Is it in watts or in kilowatts? Now we are going to calculate client's load so that we get, is the solar panel will I need, will it be in watts or kilowatts? We need to calculate the daily loads of the customer, then we calculate the efficiency, then we see the PSH, then we see the panel wattage. Then we can get number of panels. Okay? Then, yes, we can get how many solar panels we need, and this is the answer or the formula to do this number 2 question. Now let us go into the number 1, the sizing of solar system. We need to size the solar panel. Okay? This is so sweet. What we are going to do, we are going to design a solar panel system. This is a short what we are going to see or to write down. If possible, you can write down and you see if you are going to size a solar panel. Okay, what you need to do is you will calculate the total loads. I'm here. You will calculate the total loads. We are going there. We're going to see how to calculate the total loads. Okay, then add the system losses. This is loss. This is L. You add the system losses. This system losses are meaning the inverter losses, because the inverter has some transformer in it, as we shall see when we reach in inverters. The cable losses, technician, you know this, cables have some electrical losses, okay? Or the shade, when the solar panel is under a shade, there is a tree, which all clouds, some shade, those are some electrical losses, okay? Then another thing is we shall determine the sun hour. The sun hour, I mean the PSH, the peak sun hour, okay? You see how we are covering the formula with this, what we are going to do. After determining the sun hours, we shall go on and calculate the solar size. Then we shall calculate the size of the solar system, and we shall have the solar size. After getting the solar size, don't forget to choose which panel wattage. Panel wattage I'm meaning here, choose the panel wattage. As I told you, you may choose 100 watts, 180 watts, okay, or 120 watts, 200 watts. Which panel do you want to use on the customer's system? Okay, you may choose 50 watts. Okay, choose any wattage, any solar panel on the market. The wattage, okay, choose a panel wattage, which is this. Okay, you see how we are covering the formula. Then we shall add safety margin. Safety margin is always 1.25. This safety margin helps us to if after getting the real panel, then we put the safety margin in case for when it is cloudy. Can this safety margin help the battery to charge? You increase some like increase. If it is, let us say, if we have our panel, which is, we have got our total wattage, which is 500, the safety margin will help us to increase on the small wattage. That is when we can say, let us use 120 instead of 100. That is the safety margin. Now the safety margin we shall use is 1.25. Okay, and you're going to see how we calculate, how we come all this, so that we come up with our formula. Okay. Okay, so now let us try to go through our calculations. Let us go on question number 1, how to size the solar system. How to size the solar system. We are going to follow this and we calculate. So we shall end up doing our formula and you come up with a perfect solar sizing. Check this, how we are going to do it. Let's jump into some small calculations. Okay. Now, let us jump in the first question. What size of solar system do I need? Is it in watts or kilowatts? Before we do the sizing, the solar sizing, now the solar sizing will depend on this. This is what we are going to depend on. Okay, we are going to calculate the daily energy consumption. This daily energy consumption, we are looking at each load. The load I mean is the TVs. Those are the loads: TVs, radio, fan, fridges, and your lighting. We are looking at the load wattage. The load wattage. This is the daily energy consumption. The daily energy consumption of a TV. A TV consumes, like a TV consumes how many wattage in a day? Your security lights, your TVs, your fans, okay? The radio, phone, what is their consumption? Day per day, daily energy consumption. The next thing we are going to see is the availability of sunlight hour. Okay, PSH, the peak sun hour. The availability of sunlight hour. We are also going to look at this. This is the things we are going to depend on when sizing our solar panel. We size it according to the daily energy consumption. Calculate the loads, the wattage of all loads, how we are going to see. Then we shall see the availability of sunlight hour. How many hours does the sun appears in a day? Okay, that is the availability of sunlight hour. We are also going to look at this so that we determine the size of the panel. Then again, we are also going to look at the system losses. Okay, we are going to look at the system losses to determine the solar panel. When we are sizing a solar panel, determine the system losses. The system losses, those are the shade, the inverter losses, the cable losses, the cloudy, when there is no sun, when it is cloudy, that is loss. We are losing power. Okay, the battery is not going to consume the power to charge the battery. And even the battery has some losses, self-discharge. Okay, those are the losses we shall look at also. Then we look at the panel watt. The panel wattage we are going to use, we shall depend on any panel we need to use. As a technician, you know which panel you want. Some technicians they are good to use 100 watts. Others they want 120. Others they want to do a big system. He wants to use a 200 watt panel. Okay, and this is where you fall. any panel you feel like you want to use to your customer, you fall here. And you're going to see this, the daily energy consumption, the availability of sunlight in sunlight hours, how many hours that the sun appears. Okay, as I told you, in Africa you can have like 5 to 6, 7 hours. In Europe you can have 4, 3 hours, 2, 1 hour. You see. Then we see the system losses. That is the inverter losses, the cable losses, the shade, the cloudy. Okay. Then we see also the panel wattage. These 4 items are so crucial when you're doing the solar panel sizing. We haven't gone to the so how many numbers, and we are going to see this properly. Okay. Now let us first go through a daily consumption, or we calculate our loads in the house before we know the panel. We do the load wattage. Okay, check this. Okay, now we are going to calculate the daily energy consumption. Okay, daily energy consumption. Now, as I told you, we are trying to calculate the size of solar system we need, or solar panel we need. Yes, we are getting the solar panel we need, but before you get the solar panel, you need to calculate the daily energy consumption of our loads. Let us say the simple formula for finding energy. This is the formula. Okay, energy is measured in watt hour. Okay, whereby energy is equals to power, which is measured in watts, and these are the power we need, times the hours used. Okay, if let's say our bulb, a LED bulb, our bulbs, they have 50 watts. It lights, our bulbs light for 6 hours. Okay, 6 hours. Then we shall get the energy in watt hour. Watt hour. This hours, this is watt hour. You get 300 watt hour. Whereby our formula says to find the energy consumption is power times the hours used. Okay, and our graph here, our table will show, it's showing a bulb. We have 5 bulbs, which rate, when you add 5 of them, we get, okay, let's start with light. We have appliances, we have power, we have the hours used, then the energy. We have our bulb, 5 of them, they add up 50 watts. They work for 6 hours. If you calculate 50 times 6, you get 300 watt hour. This is the energy consumed by the bulb. Okay, or the energy which will be consumed by the bulb. Before you install your solar panel, you need to know the bulbs are going to consume 300 watt hour. That is the energy. Okay, according to the formula, energy equals power times hour. Power times the hour used, whereby the energy will be measured in watt hour. Okay, note these formulas if you want to learn more. Then we have a fan. Okay, I know you know the fan. The fan has watts of 75 watts. It will work for 8 hours. Then if you multiply 8 times 75, the watts of the fan times the hours used in a day, per day, as we said, hours per day. Every day this fan will work for 8 hours, whereby we shall get the energy which it will consume, which is 600 watt hour. We go back to the TV. Our TV is 120 watts. It will work for 4 hours. Let's say from 7 to 11 at night. Because our solar panel, our solar system will need to work at night or during the day, anytime you feel like. But if you're going out, switch off the TV, and in a day you'll find that you have used 4 hours. That is the calculation we are using. Okay, as a technician, you need to calculate this well. It will work for 4 hours. Then 4 times 120, it means our TV will consume 480 watt hour. Okay, I'm doing this calculation before I know the size of the panel, because our question is how to know the size of the solar panel I will need to install for my technician or my customer. As a technician, you need to know this. First, do the table. Then our refrigerator, it is having 150 watts. Okay, it will work for 10 hours. Okay, then 10 hours times 150, it will give you our energy consumption, which is 1500 watt hour. Now, let us go. As a technician, now you're doing your paperwork. This is called the paperwork, technical paperwork, before you install or to know which panel you need. After knowing all this is the daily energy consumption. Okay? After knowing all this, as a technician, what do you do next? What you do next is, what is the total energy consumption? Okay, what is the total? Oh, you have all the TVs, you have the fan, the bulbs, the fan, the TV, the refrigerator. Now, what is the total? The total is the total energy. We need to calculate. We add all this so that we know the total energy consumption. And I will know that I need this panel. This panel will be able to power all these appliances. Okay? Or the panel will be able to handle this energy consumption of the appliances. Don't buy a small panel and you put for only 30 minutes, the battery is over. Okay, because you didn't do the calculation. The panel is not sending that power to charge your battery, so that the battery will be able to drive all your gadgets. Okay, because after getting the total, we get the total. 300, 600, 480 plus 1000 and the 500, we get 2880. We get 2880. This is the total watt. Okay, the total energy is equals to 2,880 watt hour. This is what we shall be having, and this is our total watt hour. Do you know that this total watt hour is nearby, is around 3,000? Who has seen it? If you have seen it, write in a comment. This total, the watt hour consumption is 2,880 watt hour. That is the total. Make sure you talk with the client. Calculate the things which a client is going to put. Always ask a client, what are you going to put on your solar system before you start doing this calculation. Okay, I'm giving you a basic of how to do it, but you can ask a client and he tells you how many bulbs are you going to use. How many TVs, how many fans are you going to have a fan in the bedroom and in the sitting room? Not note those things down. How many TVs are you going to have in the bedroom, in the sitting room? You record. Ask the client, the fridge, normally the fridge is 1. Okay? Then, know the power of each gadget. Okay? You should know the power of each gadget. Okay? Power rating is so important. That's why we are getting energy is equals to power times the hours used. You will get your energy consumption. After getting the power, the watts of each, this is the wattage of the bulbs. When you add them though all together, which is 5, and they are giving you 50. It means each bulb has 10 watts. Okay? Each bulb has 10 watts. Then 10 times 5, it will give you 50. Do the simple calculation. This is the fan. It will drive you. These are the hours of the appliances. Ask the customer, your bulbs, are you going to switch on your bulbs from 7 at night? Give him advice that if you're moving out of the room, switch off so that you save power consumed from your battery. That's a good advice to a customer. Okay? If you're not using a room or bedroom time mostly from 9 and above, switch off the light from the bedroom. Don't leave it on. Mostly the security lights. Some customers will want that. I want a lot of all my security lights to be on solar. 6 hours. Okay. Then after getting the hours of each, the fridge is 150. It will take 10 hours, and if you go to the energy consumption, after getting the energy consumption in watt hour, then you get the total. The total you have got 2,880 watt hour, and that is the total energy consumption of our client. As a technician, what next? Okay? As a technician, we are going to see, is this the energy consumed per day? After knowing the energy consumed per day, okay, we are going to now check. We are going to check what next. We need to do the, yes, we need to do this is okay. After knowing the watt hours, we need to know, is this in kilowatt or in watts? As I've told you, is your system going to be in watts or kilowatts? Okay, you need to know these two things. After knowing that your system, your wattage is more than 1,000, it means it's going to be in kilowatts. Now, how do we turn this into kilowatts? Yes, let's turn the 2,880 energy consumed or our wattage into a kilowatt, because technically we need to talk about those technical terms: kilowatts, watts. Now let's turn this into a kilowatt. What we shall do, 1 kilowatt is equals to 1,000 watts. Okay, now to turn this into kilowatt, we shall do 2880 divide by 1,000, whereby we shall get 2.88 kilowatt. Okay, our system in a technical solar terms is going to, it needs 2.88 kilowatt. Okay, 2.88 kilowatts, and that is what we are going to, that is the total energy we shall need of our panel. Okay, you see how we have come up with the panel of 2.88 kilowatt. Then you tell your customer, or your customer that, oh, your system is going to handle 2.88 kilowatts, and that is how I'm going to size it. Then the customer will tell you, go on. Show the customer how you have come up with this, so that the customer will know that, he will not add on another 6 bulbs. Some customers are stubborn. They will add on 2 bulbs or another bulb. He will buy another TV when you are not there at the site. Okay? Know that you have shown him that you have calculated the exact energy consumption, and you're going to design your solar panel according to the energy which is going to be consumed by the appliances. Okay? Now, after getting the daily energy consumption, which is 2.88 kilowatt, what next? What next we need to remember? We need to calculate the system losses. Sometimes there is a shade. A shade will reduce on power from the panel. Sometimes the weather may be cloudy, which reduces on the panel charging of the battery. Sometimes the cables we use, there is some electrical losses. Okay, the battery itself has some discharge losses, and even the inverters which we are going to use, it has a transformer, whereby a transformer has some losses when it is converting DC to AC. So those losses, let us consider them. Okay, let us see how we tackle these losses also. Since we have found the energy consumption, let us see how these losses will affect our system. That's why we need to calculate exact thing. You install something and you will not come back to the site. The customer will be happy with you, and your system will work properly. Let us see the losses. Okay, how do we put the losses into our system so that these losses don't affect our system, so that clients' gadgets are working well. Okay, let us check this. Okay, now here comes another step after getting the total energy consumption. We are going to look at the losses. Okay, this solar panel has some losses as it, Now, when you're looking at the system losses of the solar panel, I have said this, NB, solar systems are not 100% efficient. Those are solar panel systems. Solar panels are not 100%. Not this, because we're going to use this efficient somewhere. Okay? The solar panels are not 100%. No, they are not 100%. The efficiency factors of these solar panels, they are types of solar systems. Some solar panels are independent. Okay, these are the ones which are connected to the houses, the street lights. Those are the independent, and we are going to call them off-grid. We call them off-grid. And the efficiency factor of this off-grid, grid is electricity. Now it is off-grid. It is the panels are independent. These are the panels which you install on our houses to our customers, and there are some panels which are on grid. Okay, on grid, they are connected with the power line. After the panel producing power, this power is connected to the power line, and it is transferred to the households. Okay, or transformer to step up. Now we have off-grid and on-grid. Off-grid is the one we are using at home. It has the efficiency factor 70 to 80%, not 100. As I've told you, solar systems are not 100 efficiency. Now, the efficiency factor for our home solar panels, they are 70 to 80%. Now for the on-grid, the one which are connected on solar, on electrical lines, okay, like which produce the three-phase system. We shall look at this after we enter the electrical. These have an efficiency factor of off-grid solar system is 80 to 90%. Okay, you see, it is not reaching 100. So it is not really 100 efficient. Okay, note this. Not solar panels are 100 perfect. Okay, they have efficiency factors, which is 70 to 80, which is off-grid, and 80 to 90, which is on-grid. Okay, as a technician, you need to note this. Okay, now on our losses, these losses, where do you think they come from? On our solar losses, the solar panel losses, let's see where they come from. Solar losses come from the inverter losses. Number one is the inverter. The inverter has a transformer which will convert in that interval of converting DC to AC. It will have some electrical losses whereby our panel will be overstretched to produce much power to the inverter, and there will be some losses. Okay, the battery themselves, batteries also, they have losses. They make some losses for our system. Okay, now this system, how the battery make losses? You know, sometimes the battery can have dust on it. Okay, that's why we say you need to call technicians to maintain your system, which is this dust makes this terminal, the positive terminal and negative terminal, to start discharging. However, connected a positive terminal and a negative terminal, you short them, you'll see spark. That spark makes the battery to self-discharge. Okay? Now, here comes the battery losses. This dust can also make, the dust will be around a negative terminal, and some dust will, like, this is our battery, positive, negative. This is the battery. Now there are dusts around the positive terminal. You know, this dust also can cause charges from negative to positive, and the battery will be losing some energy which we need to use at night. And this energy is what we call battery losses, the loss of the power from the battery by itself, or the dust around the terminals. They can connect to each terminal, and some small electrons will be moving, and you will see the batteries. Another loss comes from the wire, which you have called the wiring losses. Electrical, you know, as electrical is concerned, that there is electrical losses when power moves through the cables. Okay, there are electrical losses. Electrons in these losses, they produce temperature. This temperature in the cable, when power is moving through the cables, it produces temperature. This temperature, it acts as a resistance to the flow of electrons, and this resistance makes the power to be lost. Okay, and we shall lose power in the cables. Like when you put a one bulb far away and you connect one bulb here in series, you will find that this bulb near the source of power is bright, and the other bulb which is far is dim, meaning power has been lost through the cable. And this is the wiring loss we are talking about. Then there is also another loss which comes from the temperature. When the sun hits the temperature, when the sun hits the solar panel will produce temperature behind it or on top. Temperature will be around it. As you know, sun hits. It hit and hits. heats up the temperature, the solar panel. Okay, and this heat also makes some power to be lost from the solar panel. Okay, you need to have this science within you. Now there is another one. There is dust. Okay, dust or shading. As I told you, dust also on the solar panel. When the solar panel is having dust, and the sun comes when there is dust on the solar panel. As everyone, I think you have seen solar panels on the roof having dust on them. That's why we need to call technician to be always cleaning those solar panels. When dust is there and the sun comes to hit the solar panel, it will find the dust, and this dust will act as a resistant to the sun rays to enter the solar panel, so that we shall be having less power to charge our batteries. Okay? And this shading or dust can cause our solar panel not to function well as we wished. And the shading of the trees, or when it is cloudy, it also reduces on the solar panel function of charging the battery and lighting our systems in the house. Yes, this is the losses in the solar system: the inverter loss, the battery loss, the wiring loss, the temperature losses, and the dust or shading. Okay? Now, after knowing the energy, we saw the energy, which is 2.88 kilowatts. Then we wanted to see what losses can it come. Here we want to size some solar panel system which is perfect, and the customer will not say any word. Okay? Then we saw the losses. If we clean the solar panels, we shall ignore this dust or shading. Temperature losses, this is, you can't control it unless you put your panel in an angle. Okay, in an angle, so that when temperature hits the panel, heat will be down the panel, and the free air will remove that heat, and the panel can cool. It can help us to reduce on temperature losses. Then the wiring losses, it is there. Yes, it's hard to, because electrons should move, and the movement of electron when they in the cable, there are also resistance in the cable, and this can be ignored. You need to consider it when you are calculating our sizing, the panel. The battery losses, you need to clean the battery so that we avoid the battery losses. Also, the inverter. The inverter, we need to size the proper inverter so that we ignore the inverter losses, and we remain with our proper 2.88 kilowatt, which our system need. Okay, we want to know the panel which will drive the 2.88 kilowatt. Okay, after knowing this, and we know the factor, the efficiency factor, because panels are not 100% all solar systems. There is 70 to 80%. On grid, there is 80 to 90%. Okay, because yes, these are the efficiency. Yes, these are the efficiency of grid, on grid. Yes. Now, after knowing the losses, we need to go to the step. Which step was to see what is the PSH. You remember our formula? You can go back and see our formula, always note down. That's why I told you should write down these notes. These are the basic notes to know the solar panel, and to know how many solar panels you will need, how to size a solar panel, and how many solar panels you will need. This is the best. Always, or write it down as a technician, have some notes so that you don't forget. Whenever you go to the site, bring up your book with these formulas, consider the losses. After considering, knowing the losses in your brain, then consider the efficiency. After knowing the efficiency, then we go on and see how many times, how many hours does the sun appear in a day? We are calculating this per day because solar panel works every day. We want to design a solar panel which is going to work with our appliances in the house. Every day we are working per day. Okay? This system, this efficiency is per day, every day. These losses will appear every day. Okay? Now let us see the PHS, the peak sun hour. How do we determine the peak sun hour? Let us have to look at the time of hour, or the time the solar or the sun is there during the everyday. Today, how can we calculate this thing? Let us check how we can solve also the problem of that sun. How many hours we shall need? Okay, now before we go on seeing the peak sun hour, we need to adjust to know the total energy or the total watts which our solar panels are going to produce. Okay, the total watts which we need for our loads. Remember we said energy is equals to get the total wattage. We shall use a daily load divided by the system efficiency. Don't forget this formula to get the energy which our solar panels are going to, which solar panel we need, or solar array. Solar array means when the solar panels are many. We shall get the daily load, whereby our daily load, we said, we calculated it as from the beginning we saw, we got 2,880. We divide by the system efficiency, because we said off-grid, this is for our home solar systems, which is off-grid. Its efficiency is either from 70 to 80%. Then the one on grid, the one which is connected on electrical 3-phase, it is from 80 to 90%. Now let us use the 80. This is the 80 we have used as our system efficiency, because it is not, our solar panels are not 100%. Okay? All our solar systems are not 100%. Now let us take this. Let us change this into, we remove the percentage. We use 80 divided by 100, which will give us 0.8. Okay, now 0.8 divided by 0.8, whereby we shall see that if we get this daily load, which is in what hour? You remember where we got 2.88 kilowatt. Okay, if we divide 2.88 divided by 0.8, or 2,880 divided by 0.8, the efficiency, we shall get 3,600, yes, 3,600 watt hour, because this is energy. This is energy. Okay, we shall have 3,600 watt hour, and this is the power which our solar panel will give us. Okay, this is the power which our solar panel or solar array will give us. Or we say, therefore, the solar array The solar array must generate 3,600 watt hour per day. Every day our solar array or solar panels will need to produce this. Okay, either it is one panel, which is impossible, either it is two. We just need a solar panel which produces 3,600 watts per day. Every day we need a solar panel which will give us this watts per hour. Okay. Now, once we have known the solar, what is our solar panel, the panel will generate 300 watt hour per day. Don't forget this. So now, let us see what is the sun. We need to see also how many hours will our solar panel receive the sun. How many hours will our solar panel receive the sun? Since we want this from the solar panel, now how many hours will our solar panel receive the sun? I think you remember the formula, which was energy to get the total number of panels. Total number of panels, we said this is the total number of panels, which we said daily loads divided by the efficiency times the PSH times what? The panel wattage. The panel wattage. Okay. And we have seen this. Now we have the load, daily load. We have the efficiency. Okay. We are using the efficiency, which is 0.8, which is 80%. This is the efficiency. Now we want to look at the peak sun hour. How many hours will our solar panel receive? Okay. The panel, the wattage, we have them. The wattage, we shall know the number of wattage. Okay. Oh, this is dirty. Okay, now let us see how many hours our sun will give us the light. Let me hope you're continuing, you're following slowly, you'll get to master this. Now, we are soon ending our solar sizing formulas, okay? Now, we want to determine the peak sun hour. How many hours does our solar system will receive from the sun? Okay, how many hours? The peak sun hour is the PSH. Okay, peak sun hour. We determine a lot of regions: Europe, Africa, as I've told you, Asia, America, Canada. We have different weather, and sun comes at different times. Okay, even in Africa, tropics, we have, for example, in Uganda, we may be having, we shall estimate what time we can do our solar system. Okay, now some regions are sunny, some regions are moderate, some regions are cloudy. Okay, now in sunny regions, okay, regions which are having a lot of sun, or countries with a lot of sun, let us consider to use 5 to 6 hours. Like, this is our time, 12, 6, 3, 9, 10, 11, 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, and 8. Okay? Now, as I told you from one of our videos, that in solar system, we consider the sun which starts from 9. 9 is the best time for our solar to charge the proper sun. The sun which starts from 9 a.m. This is a.m. This side is p.m. Okay? From 9, we go like this to, this is the proper charging time of our solar system. Okay? When you're calculating, consider this time. From 9 to 3 p.m. is the best for our solar systems. Now, let us consider sunny regions. Regions with a lot of sun. Let's say an example in Uganda or Nigeria, Sudan, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Cameroon, everywhere. Let us consider from 9, this is from 9 to 10, that is 1 hour. From 10 to 11, that is 2 hours. 11 to 12, that is 3. Then 12 to 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 to 3, those are 6 hours. That's why we have considered areas or countries with sunny region, which are sunny, which are having a lot of sun. We take them to be having 6 hours. From 9 to 3, those are 6 hours. From that is, we shall consider 5 to 6 hours. Now there are regions which are moderate. Moderate, they have sun, it is cloudy, okay? Rain is all rain, okay? Now we give this region 4 to 5 hours, okay? Now there are also regions which are cloudy. Countries with winter, they have cloudy weathers, okay? The sun is little, okay? And we shall give them, like mostly in Europe, European countries, America, they have cloudy regions. These are cloudy regions. France, Germany, Italy, we shall give them 3 to 4 hours. Okay? This is too crucial in our designing or sizing a solar panel. 3 to 4 hours. Let us assume, I have assumed that our peak sun hour will be 5 hours. Let us take this or this. 5 hours, okay? Per day, that is per day. Every day, sun will come for 5 hours, okay? And our system will charge and we shall use it, okay? Okay. And this is how you determine the solar peak sun hour, okay? You need to design your system determining how many hours the sun comes every day, okay? You need to know the region you're calculating. If you are dealing with regions or European countries or America or Canada, you'll use this timing, okay? 3 to 4 hours every day. If you are moderate regions with rain, sun, we shall use 4 to 5. Now regions with sunny, which are hot, we shall use 5 to 6 hours, okay? And let us consider the 5. That's why I've told you. Let us assume our peak sun hour is 5 hours, and we do the calculation. Okay, let us see the calculation now. Here comes, after knowing the peak sun hour, now we need to calculate the required solar array size. You remember, we had the energy. This was the energy which we needed. The energy which we needed from the solar array. Okay? Now we didn't have the time. Now we have said, let's use 5 hours. Then to know the solar array, which was 3,600 watt hour. That is the energy. Now you need to divide it by the PSH. That is the time. We have used 5. We have used a formula of this to find the solar array size, which is in watts. Now I want to get how many watts, the exactly watts we need. Okay, how many solar panels to drive our 2,880 watt hour over watts from our appliances. Okay, we have the solar array size. Remember, we got the adjusted daily energy. We adjusted the adjusted daily energy. We are going to divide it with the peak sun hour, which is 5. We selected to be 5, you remember? Now, 3,600, which is the adjusted daily energy, divided by the sun hour per day. Okay, we use the 5. We shall get 720 watts. Okay, 720 watts. That is the solar panel we are going to use. It is going to be 720 watts. Wait, we need to put some extra wattage, okay, for protection. As I told you, the safety margin. We need to put a bit of 20% for our panel or our system safety. Okay, you know, some customers, the technician, you may not be there, and the customer may want to add on some appliances. So that's why we consider, after getting your 720 watts, we consider to add some 20% on top of this, so that we get a system which is okay for the customer, which needs this. But we also add, as a technician, add on something small. These customers, they are a bit stubborn. They might add another bulb which you didn't calculate, or they might add something else, or a customer can call electrician to add some, like 2 bulbs which you never calculated. Okay, now add 20% on the panel which he needs. This is the panel wattage which our customer needs for our loads. Which are 2,880. You remember? Now these are the panel we shall need. Let us add our 20 as for our system to breathe. Even though a customer adds like two bulbs, it will not affect our system. Okay, this is now technically. Let's add a protection of 20%. A protection of 20%. Let us do. We add 20%. Okay, 20% as our marginal. You say I told you the marginal safety. You remember at the beginning we said we shall use the marginal safety, which is 1.25, which is 20. Whereby we shall say we get this, we turn this 20, we remove the percentage, we convert it, we shall do 20 divided by 100, which will give us, what? 1.2. Okay, now this is our safety margin. You remember at the beginning I told you our safety margin will be 1.25, okay? Let us use this. And after, I think you are noting all this. After this, let me rub this. Let me rub this. This is our safety margin, which is 1.2. Okay, now we have got our safety margin 1.2. We got the total watts, which is required, the wattage of the panel. So we shall buy the panel, which is 720. Okay. Now we need to put the safety margin, which you shall see it is 1.2 or 1.25. We shall multiply 720 times our safety margin times 720 watts. 864. Yeah. 864 watts after adding our marginal safety. Okay, the marginal safety in case a client has added on something where we technician, we are in our absence, a client calls another electrician to add on the system. After adding this, now this is the total panel we shall need, 864 watts. But on the market we shall not get this panel. Okay, we shall need, on the market you can get, you add, you don't decrease, you just add on. Let us make 900 watts, which I wrote for you. Let us make 900 watts, and this will work properly for our clients. The solar panels, all the solar panels which we will need. Okay, if these are the solar panels, okay, if these are our solar panels, we shall not know how many solar panels we need to make, because if you combine all these solar panels, okay, we need 900 watts. Either you connect them in series or parallel, we need 900. Though we got 864, but as a technician, just add on the common wattage, which is common to wire, which is 900. It will work for you best. Okay. Now you combine this either in parallel or series, so that we have 900 watts for our system to drive the 2880 watts. Okay, our gadgets, if you combine our gadgets as we calculated from the beginning, they are 2880. Now we need 100 watts in total. Okay, if it in total. Now, how are we going to know how many panels we want? You remember our second question, which we asked ourselves from the beginning. Since here, our solar panel sizing, we need 900 watts. Okay, this is our total solar panel. It is in watts, not kilowatts. It has gone back to wattage. Okay, the solar panel to drive our system, we shall need a 900 wattage. Now, 900 watts. How many? Another question was how many numbers if we have found out the solar panel sizing, then how many numbers of panels needed? Okay, then we can complete our lesson for today. This is we are covering the solar panel sizing, numbers of panel needed. Though on sizing, we have sized that we shall need 900 watts. Now, how many numbers we need to make our solar panels? We need to know how many solar panels we shall need to make 900 watts. Okay, now we are ending our lesson. We are ending with the number, how to know the number of panel needed. Yes, after calculating everything, we have got the 900 watts. Then we need to calculate the number of panels which we shall need to make 900 watts. Check this. The formula we use, the number of panels, this is the formula, is equals to the required solar size. If we have finished sizing the panel size, okay, the required solar size, which is 900, which we got, okay, divide by the panel wattage. You remember I told you, you can get any wattage you feel like you want to use, either 1000, oh no, either, because our wattage is in below 1000. You can use 100 watts, 150, 75 watts, 80 watts, 120 watts, any panel you feel like, 300 watts. Now I've selected to use 300. Let us use 300 watts. Okay, I want to use a 300 watt panel. If I get a 300 watt panel, then this is the panel wattage. Then the required solar size, which is 900, divided by, I have used 300 watt panel. Each panel is going to be having 300 watts. This is what I have used as me. You can also decide what you can use according to the customer's roof surface. Okay? If he has little surface, then you can use 300 watt panel. If you don't find it on the market, then you can use 100 watt panel or 120 watt panel. You divide it by this, the required solar size, as you see the formula. Then if we divide this here is 3, we get 3 panels, meaning we shall use 3 panels to make 900 watts. We shall use a 3 panel of 300. Each panel will be having 300 watts. They will be 3 to make 900 watts. There we shall be like this. This is our panel 1, 2. Since we have got 3 panels, 2, 3. These are the panels. Okay, each panel here is going to be 300 watts, 300 watts, 300 watts. Okay, you can also use you can decide to use 100, and these panels will be on the roof. Okay, this is the house, this is our solar panels on the roof. And our system will work properly. Remember, we have considered a safety margin. We have considered all the required to put in our solar panels. All this from the beginning is what you should do when you are doing a solar panel sizing and knowing the number of panel you need. Okay, I'm going to summarize this for you. Then you can, as technically, you can see. If you don't want to go on this far away with this, I'm going to give you that simple formula. Yeah, I was saying you can also decide to use here. Let's change here to be 100. As you have decided, you have seen 100 watt. Because you have seen those in the market and you have not seen the 300 watts, okay? You can use the 100 watts if you have seen them. Then here you will divide the panel wattage, which it will be. If you have used the 100 watts, panel wattage is 100. Then if you divide this, here it will be 9 panels. You see, the same thing, meaning you will get 9 panels of 100 watts to make 900. Okay, meaning on your roof you will mount solar panels, 9 of them. Each is 100 watts, 9 of them. Let us say these are your solar panels. One, two, three, four, 5. 9 of them. 6, 7, 8, 9. This is how you're going to put your solar panels on the roof of the client. 9 of them to make 900, so that the system, as we calculated them from the beginning, can run the system. Okay, these are the solar panels. Me, I have used 300 to simplify, so that I get 300 solar panels and I put for the client as me. But if you decide to use 100 watts, then you do the formula, you multiply, and you get what you need to use on the system. And this is how you do the solar sizing and to know the number of solar panels you need on your solar system. In any solar business you get from the customers, always use this formula. Let me give you the simplest. The formula, if you don't want to drive all this, you can use this formula in a short way, in a short form, as I gave you. Let me give you. So this is the simplest formula to summarize all the work we have seen today. Yes, the video is a bit long, but it is showing you, and we are closing the solar panels. This was so crucial for you, so that I wanted you to know how to calculate the sizing of the solar panels, and the second thing, how many panels you need in any system. If you use these formulas, you will get to know the number of solar panels. Now this shows then how solar panel required, the number of solar panels required. Here we can say number of solar panels required. Okay, if you want to know the number of solar panel required, use this formula, calculate the daily loads. Okay, then divide by the efficiency, where I told you the daily load, you will capture the energy of the system in the house. Then you multiply with the hour, the watts times the hour it is going to use, then you get the total energy. Then efficiency is 70 to 80. You can use 70, you can use 80, but I advise you to use 80. Okay, then you times the PHS. PHS is the time which the sun is going to be available per day, every day, whereby we selected 5. If you're in Africa, you can select 6. If you are in Europe, whereby the weather is a bit winter, then summer, you can use 4. And here for us, we used 5. Okay, after knowing the PSH, the peak sun hour, times the panel wattage. Panel wattage is the one I told you. You select which panel type you're going to use, either 100, either 150, either 200 or 300. This is the panel wattage we are meaning. After getting this is the formula. Then after knowing, let us say, for example, after knowing this, the daily load, let us say you have found out a customer is going to use, let us say 100. Okay? Then 100 divided by the efficiency we said we shall use 80%, which is 0.8 times the peak sun hour, which will be, let us use 6. Let's say you are in Uganda, use 6 hours. Okay? Now, the panel wattage you're going to use, okay? Let me use a panel wattage of 100 watts. I'm looking for how many panels I need. Okay? Then we come. Let's do some small mathematics. Let me use my phone here. Okay? Don't get worried. I want to prove exactly. You get 100. We first get 100 divided by, we say 0.8 times 6, which is 4.8 times the 100, which is 480. Now 480, you say 100 divided by 480. Okay? Here it is saying 0.20. Okay? Now this 0.20, what is our logic behind? Can't we use this 20, you round off? If we round off here, the 20 round off, we shall get one panel of 100. Okay? It will be one panel of 100. This is just a simple, just simplifying for you, but if you reach to the load, to the customer, do the real calculation which I've showed you. If you come to see this, then you know how many panels you will need. You will need one panel of 100 to drive you this system of the daily load, which is 100 watts. You need 100 panel. That is one panel of 100 watts. Okay? And it will work for you in every day. You simplify like this, but you will not know to reach the daily loads. You need, as we saw, adding the marginal safety, the adjustable energy required. You need to do all that calculation before you come back, or before you get the number of panels. Okay? And this is the simple formula I've given you. You can use it as a technician, electrician, and our next video, we are going to the regulators. Okay? Don't miss the next video, the regulators, because after solar panels, we connect them to the regulators. Okay? See you to the next video. Keep time. I'm always there for you. Comment and I will answer you immediately. Bring your comment, like, and subscribe the channel if you have enjoyed or if you have learned something, because we have closed the solar panels. I'm waiting for your comments about the solar system, anything in solar, serial parallel, serial connection, parallel connection. Ask anything, I'll give you an answer. Thank you.